I am Savvy Mike, and this is Savvy Reviews. And well, this is my official review of season 5, episode, I want to say 4. I could be wrong. It's been a minute. While I do remember everything that happened in this episode, in a sense, this is going to be a quick one because I'm late. So, most people have already watched this episode. They've already given them criticisms, and they already feel how they feel. So I'm just here to add my 2 cents. And when the newest episode of The Boys drops, I believe tonight at 12 a.m. at some point, or 3 a.m., I'll be here to give you my review of that episode. But for this one, while I will say, okay, look, all right, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. I'm not gonna really break down the episode and what happened in it. At the end of the day, this episode was like a vignette episode. It was like we were just basically like kind of going into each of the villains and the people that we haven't really been paying attention to during these last few episodes. We're really dealing with where their perspective is and what they got going on, and where their head process is during these moments and times that this is happening. And Homelander is of course still trying to figure out a way to convince people that he's Jesus or God or both. Don't get it confused now. And while things do happen in this episode for sure, like I was seeing a lot of people saying it was more filler, but I hesitate to say that this was filler because of everything that happened in the end, and then kind of how it was even all set up in the beginning of this. And while you might not think Firecracker is an important character to this series, at this point in the season and in these past 2 seasons, she has been somebody very important to what Homelander has going on and what he's doing as far as spreading the message that he wants to be spread to the people. Basically playing that, Megyn Kelly or Candace Owens role as far as, him being Trump and whatnot. At least they've turncoated by this point. When this was being accepted and rolling up and thought of, that's the character that Firecracker was being. So in a sense, this episode, at least the beginning of it and most of the end of it, is kind of truly necessarily about her. I would go so far to say that it wasn't filler. I would, because we learned a lot about a lot of people's motivations as far as Sister Sage goes, and Firecracker goes, and Soldier Boy goes. In a sense, like his character developed a lot, at least over these past 4 episodes. And while it does feel like these last few episodes, it felt like they've just been trying to backdoor pilot Soldier Boy's new series Vault Rising. So when we go into that, we're not as confused, or asking ourselves, why is this happening or what is this about? I know, you kind of, they're laying the groundwork for it. And so while I do agree, it's a waste of time seeing the fact that this is the last season, and to be backdooring pilots in the last season is kind of stupid. Like, we should be focused on what's going on. I think it is still a lot that happened in this episode. And while I did enjoy Black Noir's thing, like it was endearing at a point, but then it got weird by the end. So I was like, what is this cringe I'm watching? And then the dog one was, while it was necessary because it kind of showed Butcher showing a bit more of the humanity we thought he lost in, like, when he was talking to Huey, going, look, okay, we'll come up with a vaccine if we find if he won, blah blah blah. That was a poignant part of that part of the episode. All the dog stuff was just, it was what it was to me. But everything else, Sister Sage part, I liked because it gave us the motivation. While I don't necessarily like her motivation, I thought it would be a bit more, I guess, thought out than that, especially seeing the fact that she's the smartest person in the world. Because if that's the case, she could just do that now. Like, she could literally just duck off now if she wanted to, while Homelander would go looking for her. I feel like at this point Homelander doesn't, I guess he needs her because he wants to run ideas by her, but he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants regardless. She's, in a sense, she's been kind of like trying to advise against it, but she sits in that he's like on a murder spree and he's just gonna get whatever he wants. And so if you're somebody that tells him no, he's just gonna kill you. And so she's just trying to stay alive at this point. But at the same time, like, look, you can find somewhere where Homelander can't find you. because he's too busy, and he probably will send somebody out to look for you. Yeah, but he won't. He won't. Like, if you're good, you should be able to dodge them niggas too. And you're the smartest person in the world. I think you could figure that out. You feel me? Like, the smartest person in the world should not, at this point, not have a plan to run away if they need to. So I'm thinking she's there to kind of be like a boys agent, in a sense, like start working with the boys and helping them. But no, she just wants to watch it all burn as well, because, you know, fuck the world. And I agree, fuck it. But yeah, she just wants to watch it all burn. And she said she would be okay with Homelander staying around. He's just too controlling. So she needs Butcher to kill him. So she's trying to make sure he doesn't get the V1. Because if he becomes immortal, then she can't live the life that she wants to, as far as just her reading books and being alone for the rest of it. Which, hey, when you have that much knowledge, I can understand why you're there. But like I said, I wanted it to be a bit more, like, play more a bit into the plot, and necessarily not just her just sitting back doing whatever. And like, yeah, she's gonna do whatever she can to make sure Homelander doesn't become immortal and all this extra shit. But she does. Look, she like, hopefully he. But if he is still alive, oh well, just have to deal with it. Like, I think she's just at the point she just doesn't care. And so while, like I said, I like what they did with it with her and Ashley and whatnot, I just, her motivation was strange. It was. But my favorite part of the vignettes was Firecracker's story. I loved how it began with her and how it all set up with that, and her having, trouble with her faith, and like, dealing with the fact that she was baptized Christian, and now she's having to peddle Homelander as a god. Like, she and dealing with her home church and whatnot. I enjoyed all that, and what she had to do, and kind of Homelander making her turn against her home in a lot of ways. So that was really interesting. And then by the end of it, how it all kind of came to a climax of Homelander telling her to leave, giving her a chance to kind of go away alive, but she still wants to show her dying love and support, and show that she believes and whatnot. And Homelander is just like, I don't give a fuck, dead. So yeah, Firecracker dies, and so that's why I wouldn't call this filler, because a major character, well, not a major character, but a major character to the plot did die. So, and like I said, we got character development with Soulja Boy's part, and then Soulja Boy goes and he has his fucking supernatural reunion. That was fun to see. And Seth Rogen pops up, Will Forte pops up, Camille Nanjiani pops up, McLovin pops up, I forget his name, and it kind of felt like this is the end for a minute. Craig Robinson pops. That's when I gave it peak. I was like, you know what, fuck it, fuck all the Black Noir shit and the dog shit and Sister Sage motivation. Craig Robinson was in The Boys. Peak. Peak. Am I that easy? I can't be that easy. No. But still, it was fun. It was fun to see Craig Robinson pop up in this. It was. Not gonna lie. And Seth Rogen. And kind of how all of that played out with them talking to Homelander. Homelander looking at them with absolute disgust. Like, get the fuck out of my face before I smash it into something. But yeah, and then kind of how that all came to a head. How it all was really just a plot and plan to get Homelander like sedated, so Soulja Boy could take away his powers and they could stomp him out and at least kill him or hurt him or attempt to kill him, I guess. And Soulja Boy making the official turn that, no, that's my son. While he's weird, he is weird. That's my son. And so Soulja Boy basically starts murking everyone. At least all the Supes and his buddy from Supernatural, and using the celebrities as pawns for because Buddy has speed powers. Apparently A-Train replaced him because he was faster than him. But he like using the celebrities like Camille Nanjiani and them as pawns for him to like run into when he saw Soulja Boy, and because he wasn't trying to kill him, but and then him and Seth Rogen have a scene in the end, like, Seth, no, not Seth Rogen. I was like, yeah, no, not Seth Rogen. It was fun. I enjoyed the Soulja Boy part of it all. Like, that was some good shit in my opinion. And so, the last 25 minutes of this episode was really good. like I said, black noir, deep stuff, they could keep. I could care less about that. So this stage motivation, weird. The dog stuff, weird, but I like that it did push the boys as far as where they have going on, where their heads are, like with Mother's Milk and how he kind of accepted his fate and everything. Like, I like that. And it was a part in Soldier Boy's story where Homelander and Soldier Boy go to talk to Stan Edgar, and there was some good dialogue there. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, while I understand the criticisms, well, I can see why somebody thought this felt like filler, because in a sense it could be looked at as such. I enjoyed it. Like, while it doesn't move the plot along, it does. We're still in the same spot that we were in episode, I want to say 3 or 2. This is episode 4, right? Yeah, 3 or 2. So we're still there. We're still looking for the V1 and trying to find the nigga that got it. So, you know, while the major plot didn't move, I felt like this moved the character arcs for certain characters into certain directions that we need them to kind of be in once everything starts coming to a head in these last few episodes. So didn't mind it. Fire from me. I'll give it a fire. It's not peak. It's not a peak episode, but it is a fire one, and I did really enjoy it, especially in the end there. I love this. This is one of my favorite comedies of all time. So if I get like a mini reunion of that, no James Franco, Danny McBride, I guess, but you know, get a different version of it in the boys world, I'm not mad at it. And I like the meta-ness of it. And then the people, the Invincible official Twitter came out, was like, look, while the events that happened yesterday were sad and whatnot, don't worry, Seth Rogen has already did all his voice acting for Alan, because he like died in this boys episode. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the meta-ness, that I enjoyed how they played with it and whatnot. So yeah, fire from me. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, Savvy Mike, and this is Savvy Reviews. Peace.